Are you ready to take your meetings to the next level with more hands-on experience? Today I like to introduce you to Sessions, your trusty meeting co-pilot, an interactive meeting experience including setting an agenda, use Share Palette, utilize breakout rooms, record the meeting and invite relevant participants. Let's get started so I can show you all the features.
Hi everyone, I thought I'd give my avatar a little break and take over. What did you think of her? Anyways, I'm on the main page of Session and we're going to go over bookings, meetings, webinars, interactive agenda, transcript, and cloud storage. So let's get started. Let's go right into the dashboard. And on the dashboard, you will see the left you have create, and here you could start a session right away. If you want to meet someone immediately, choose this. You can schedule one for later, and then you can create an event and a workshop. And I love this feature is a permanent room. This is where if you just want to brainstorm or someone want to come in and just chat, you can name the room. For example, I manage the yearbook and I have a room called yearbook. And anytime we meet, we just use that same link. So very handy, comes very handy. Here you have your memories where it shows you all your previous meetings and then it has all these data. You could search here. And if you might need something that you might want to reuse from another meeting, you could look and see what you have. And right here, you could review your sessions. Connect this to your own calendar and just click up above. And you can connect it to Google, Microsoft, iCloud. All you do is just select one and add it, and then it syncs up with your calendar. And be mindful over here, you have the different categories, the published one, the ones you're invited to, and the book one. So on here, Book Me, you could set this up and then it shows your availability across all the calendars. And what you do is just click above here. You put the meeting name. Let me just call it maybe family. Oops. And then the description, family matters. And then you could set your duration, half hour, and then you could custom. And then this is great, email reminders too. So you want a reminder an hour ahead, or you could select different minutes. And then you could add your reminder here. You could have a second one as well in how many days. Because sometimes you want to set a reminder for the day of, and then you want a reminder maybe 2 days ahead so people are prepared. And then you just click on add reminders. Here there's a slider where you could allow invitees to add their guests or not to add their guests. And on the left, you have all these wonderful options. And it's just very intuitive. You could sync your calendar so it affects your availability. Any events from your calendar will be reflected on your booking, so there's no double booking. This is my absolute favorite, is the agenda, because a lot of times I have meetings and I'm fumbling. I'm like, oh, I want to show you this document. I want to show you that document. Well, I've set everything on the agenda, and the agenda is like your co-pilot. It is very helpful. It has, you could set timers, so you could make sure the hour or whatever time you set, and it could go over each topic by the time that you allotted, or you could just leave it without the timing. This is the form that you could fill out to book your session. You could customize it. You can say, here it gives you an example. We're excited to see that you want to book with us. And then you could ask for your name, email, company. You could add that in. You could make it require or not. And then you could preview the form to see. And then that's how they register. So I'm going to say create booking, infinite, and then form enable. And then do I want to attach the agenda? And then working hours, I could set all that in there. I could add my team member here. And I could also go over here and then preview booking page, see how it looks like. So here, this is the booking page just for my family. And it shows you my availability. And I'm going to maybe book there and then confirm, so I can say guest. I'm not going to put a guest. I'm going to put, oh, I can't schedule my own booking. Hey, I'm doing a tutorial. I should be able to. But anyway, as you can see here, you have my logo. I love pandas, so that represents me. And it's pretty intuitive. And then you also could copy the booking link here, and you can add it to your website. You can embed it in, so you just copy this code, put it inside the body tag, and it'll come up. And it has widget and other options too. Let's go to the Book Me page. It's very helpful because if you go in there, you could click Learn, and then it has all these overview and how you integrate your calendar. There's a lot, so be sure you check this out. Next, you will have your event here, and you could view your workspace. There you go. You could add that to the calendar. There's no public event, so we're going to zero event here. And then, of course, there's also Learn More here. And I like how it tells you what you could do. You could do a landing page. You could customize your branding, have the speaker attached to photo, agenda. So this is very user-friendly, this guide. It's very helpful because there is so much in here that you can do. I'm just going to click on create a new event, and I want to call it Cookie Bake Off. Cookie Bake Off. And I think I'll do that in May, and then 6 to 7. Okay. And then invite collaborators. You could search through members or add. And then I am going to create my event. And once I create it, it prompts me, and it look at the URL, it says Cookie Bake Off, and I could edit that if I didn't like that name. So they bring your best cookies. And then scroll down. The only thing, it has a very small scroll bar. And of course, set your time. And then here we go. Reminder 1, reminder 2, reminder. Add collaborators. And then publish the date. Update here. So publish the date. If you change this link, the old one won't work. Don't share it again if you already shared it. So let's go in here and see what you could join backstage. You could copy the event, and then you could add to the website to promote it. And then let's preview our event, our Cookie Bake Off event. And of course, you could customize this up here too. And then, cool, it has a nice countdown to the bake off. Now back into here, as you can see, in this category, you can also attach your agenda. You know, you say noon would be chocolate chip cookie. Right here is your permission setting, and just slide on and off, and then all the settings here. Check, you know, screen sharing, cameras, reactions, microphone, widget, and then registrations. And then you could say set up your default setting for newly created events. So I think you set this once, and then it's the default, so you don't have to go through all this again. And in here, settings, right here, you could just select all these defaults here, which is great. And then collect feedback is always great, because you could plan a big event and then you don't know how well it did. It's always helpful to collect the feedback so you could improve next year. And I always recommend a call to action for anything. You know, if you have a cookie bake off, you want to say, hey, would you like to donate, you know, cookies to blah, 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 or something. And then notification here, and then marketing tab, promotional emails. You never miss one, so you could turn these on. and you have all these notifications, and then you have integrations too. So you could connect to all these: Google, Microsoft, iCloud, Evernote, and then you have your custom email. So you customize the email to send to your participant. And by default, these are enabled, but you could disable it if you don't want it sent. And here it says your session has been published. So you could actually go in and customize and edit this. And right here, it gives you an example. So this is very user friendly. Even if you don't remember, you could just click through and you see all these friendly little tips here. There we go. Then you can see here. So everything has a nice preview. If you're creating a special offer, you could do that. You could upload a picture, and then I'm going to put my little avatar. Cookies. All about. Sometimes I look down here to my microphone because sometimes, believe it or not, I forget to turn this on, and I would do a whole tutorial and realize it's silent. So you see me going like this, making sure. Then I have to re-record. Okay, so then you have write text for, I just write CTA, and then website, I put Yahoo. Okay, there we go. And then you could create the offer. Now we're going to the room, and I have different rooms that I create. I have family room. I could create a room for maybe coffee room, just chit chat with friends. I could create this room. I could put require passcode, or do you want consent, lock? So every section in this site has customized permission, and you could attach stuff. It's really great. So then I could create this room called coffee, and then let's enter my new coffee room. And FRAN, okay. And then in here, once I enter a room, I could add my interactive agenda. Like, for example, I have a yearbook meeting, and I always have certain topics that I always talk about. So I keep that agenda. I reuse it, and I keep adding and editing. And that also helps me keep organized and keep on track. And you could also start a transcript too. It has all these down here. You have your participant, your chat, your polls, your question, and then your notes and your takeaway. And then it has the features here where you could self-hide. Then you could show self if you're distracted by seeing yourself. Then you have some background effects here. I put a panda behind me. I could choose different backgrounds. And I could do blur, and then notification, and then audio setting here. See, I could test my microphone, and then the moderator settings over here. I could set the permission, like, can everyone share screen? Can everyone show reaction, and then everyone's camera? And I could view up here, do I want a gallery view, or do I want to just spotlight myself so I have more than one person? Then I'll have like them lined up here, and the audience like that, fit the screen.
Go to embedded tool, and then go to breakout room. And here you could have your main room, and you have your breakout room. Join room 1, room 2. You could enter the description. Key room. Lemon cake room. Okay.
Hi, so we have some participants in the room. And would you like to say hi, sir? Okay, so now I'm going to show you the gallery view where you could see all of us here. I click gallery. This is what you're seeing. If I want to spotlight my participant, there you go. You see him. And then you have the audience view. I'm going to also share the agenda with him too. So I'm going to click on my agenda over here, and then I'm going to attach my agenda, and it pops up here, and then it say confirm. So now we could see the same thing. and know what to do. Here's show more, and here's all my agenda, all the events that's coming up. Audio setting here. Could raise hand, could heart, and then laugh. And then we also could do a poll here. We could create one. New poll. Pizza. Then response. You could do multiple choice. Or single choice. So you could do multiple and then show results. Okay. Option 1 is drink and cookie. Okay. And then I'm going to start my poll. What does my participant choose? I'm going to choose drink. I'm going to see what my participant would choose. I voted, and let's see, what does he want? Oh, cookie. Okay. Well, thank you so much, participant. See you next time. Bye. Okay, now I'm going to show you the whiteboard. You click new. Then you have this. You could create. Zoom in, zoom out. We'll create a line. You could do that or circle. Stroke style. Put in your text. Move it around. Okay. And here you could export the image. Choose dark mode or light mode. Back to the tools. You could do a new YouTube video, add the URL in here, and it would be able to play. Escape. Add your document here. Anything you add here, you could attach to your link. Anything you add here, you could attach to your event or room. Let's add an agenda in here. So once you add an agenda, you click share, and then I could attach, maybe attach that as an example, and I want to show someone the graphic. And it's actually attached on here before I come to the meeting, anything in my agenda. So I could prepare ahead and not have to think about it and just not have that stress to say, I got to remember this, I got to remember that. And it's so organized that it's like your co-pilot. So I go back here, and then you could see all this other stuff. Then settings, as you can see, your camera, your widget, and then your exit page. So it says now that I'm presenting, and I could turn that off or turn that on. Okay. And I want to start recording. So it says, make sure participants are ready. There we go. And then I want to have the microphone turn on and off. I could share my screen if I wanted to. I can choose maybe, I'm working on this video right now in my Final Cut Pro, so I could share the process of this video. So this is my introduction right here. And then I could click stop sharing. And then let's get over here. I could remove that. Okay. And then I could also add my agenda. So I have a yearbook agenda here. I could do that, or I could add a new agenda. And then here I could say baking questions. So that'd be my first topic. I could set the time for 5 minutes. Add the resources that attach to baking questions. For example, I'll just pretend that's a resource, right? And then next section, add new agenda item, put a plus sign. We will talk about lemon cake. And I think I like lemon, so I want to talk a little bit more. Give me 10 minutes. And of course, I could attach the resource. So it's very handy. You could just reuse this every time. I'm going to click this, and then I'm going to use this agenda. And once I use this agenda, you can see when anyone enters the room, they could see here. And I could check my autopilot too. I could pop this out or hide it. I could next. See? Then preview. And then I could go here, present to participants, or hide it if I say I don't want to talk about that anymore. But this is very handy. This is the most handy thing ever. Like, I'm not nervous that I'm going to forget anything because it's right there. Everyone sees it. Everyone knows what we're going to talk about. And a lot of times you went to meetings and people divert and they talk about something else. And that can definitely waste some time. And here you could have your takeaway notes here. You know, Jolie will bake brownies. And then Fu will bring the plates. So you have your call to action, and you could, of course, format, make it a little fun. There you go. And then you could also send the email here too. Send that email. So email send, and then autopilot here. You got bulleted lists. You got action item, custom prompt. And it says instruction, for example, friendly tone bullet points. You could tell it how the tone is. And then the action item meeting overview, you could generate that. So the AI autopilot wrote, Jolie would bring brownies and Fu would bring the plates. It rewrote for me. So I'm going to say keep. And it's a nicer tone. So I'm going to X out here. And then I'm going to go here. This is my little magic sign right there. And I am going to open a link. And let's open Sumo page. Okay, paste in the link, hit enter, and then there you go. I have the AppSumo page, so if you're interested in this, currently there is a deal for $69. It's for Plus members. So what Plus member is that you pay $99 the year and you get 10% off every software you want to buy. It saves a lot of money if you're the type of person that buys a lot like myself. So you can look that this has 4.5 tacos, is pretty popular. And here's all the deals that come with it. You get the video conferencing, you get the cloud recording, depending on what plan you're on, embedded files, resources, your agenda is always here for you. Breakout rooms, permanent rooms, co-browsing, team space, routing, calendars, bookings, chat, whiteboard, polls, multiple space. And for $69, you can get 15 team members account, 45 participants, then 3-hour sessions, 90-day memory, and standard analytics too. That's great because we always spend a lot of time planning, but it's always good to know how well you did. You know, that's why feedback form is important, call to action is important. And for the second tier, you get unlimited sessions and you just get, the numbers just get more. And I definitely would recommend going to AI Copilot because that is the key. That is the heart of this. I love the Copilot. I love the agenda, you know, how it rolls by itself with the timing. It keeps me on track. I think it's invaluable. It sets this apart from, you know, regular Zoom meetings or other meetings. And it's very pretty looking too. So then if you want to go to tier 3, you get, of course, more 50 members. And additionally, you will get a webhook. And look, you could even go to 4. So then you get 20 events a month, 300 participants, 75 team members, and unlimited sessions. So I think you can't go wrong with this. There's so many features packed in this software. It's like driving a limo and I can't go back to the cab, which is Zoom. And there's so much to do in here, and it has reminders, it has everything attached. It does all the work for you, and it remembers the work too. And you also can get interaction, you could get the feedback, you can get the analytics. So it does everything. It's your own little cheerleader and your own little assistant and your co-pilot. But let me know if you use this, if you like it, and leave me a comment below. And thank you for watching, and I hope you subscribe to help my channel grow. Have a great day.